Hello, welcome back to another episode of Modded Kerbal Space Program. Now on Kerbal Space Program 1.0. We're short a couple mods. We gained, I think, one mod we didn't have before. Right. Bobby and I are taking satellites to the moons of Kerbin. Bobby, where are you going?
I am going to go. Let's see here. I have 1100 delta V, or almost 1200 delta V left. What's your total delta V?
Um, 3,236.
You can go to Minmus.
Mimus actually takes less delta V to get to than. Well, Mimus takes less delta V to land on and come back than the Mun does. I don't know whether it takes less delta V to.
It's not that big of a difference, but
Yeah. I'll have to do a plane change, which is probably will probably cost more delta V.
yeah, I definitely am. Hold on, let me set target for Minmus. I am 10 degrees off of Minmus's orbit.
Yeah, I'm only like
10.7.
5.5.
Yeah. So the Mun, I am 4.7 degrees off.
Okay, so we want.
So you're going to Minmus.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Mimus, I guess.
All right. So first thing, where is my probe? My probe is here.
We're gonna want what is this? This is normal. Yep, normal. Okay, let's not do that. And then we need to get to the descending node here. So let's fast forward a little bit. We could have it warp us there, but I actually like a little bit more control over my warping than that when we're trying to hit a mark like this. All right, we're pretty close.
Yeah, I'm actually not that big of a fan of this. I've always blown over it.
Yeah, I'd always try to aim ahead. Okay, we're kind of flying past the descending node, but we can honestly minus 0.5. I think that's probably close enough. Okay, so Mimus is here. That means we want to do a maneuver node. Probably right about here. Actually, nope, that's the wrong way. Where did that... Okay, thanks. Just delete the maneuver, that's fine. I didn't actually want to, drag that further down the line. Still not quite right. That's probably close enough. Okay, so if we put the maneuver there and then we drag this guy out, we should get an encounter right about there. Okay, so what's that at? It's pretty high, but I think we actually need a pretty high orbit, if I'm remembering some of this stuff correctly.
Actually, yeah, we need a polar orbit.
Well, yeah, we need a polar orbit, but we also need, like, I think a lot of this stuff you need to be, at least the ScanSat stuff, you want to be further out. Is this going to come in over one of the poles? Kind of. We'll figure it out when we get out there. I think that's probably going to be close enough. So let's left click on our left click here, and let's warp around to here. I don't think the maneuver node stuff, the like autopilot stuff on the probes are working correctly.
Mine are working great.
Well, that's the thing.
Uh,
Like the probe we have shouldn't be able to hold maneuver or hold a target or any of that stuff. And that's all options for me.
oh, okay.
You're supposed to need the higher advanced probes for that.
Yeah, I
So
am using the
unless
higher.
unless
Yeah.
it's different in science mode, but you don't have like the top end probe though, which is the only one that's supposed to be able to do everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. No, actually, in science mode doesn't matter because it doesn't matter for our crew members because they don't have.
Right. I
We
didn't
don't.
know if that was just the crew members though. I didn't know if that applied to the probes too.
All right. So I have this beautiful golden spiral heading right to the Mun, putting me 64,000 meters above its surface. Let's speed ourselves up to our maneuver point here.
Okay, so I just got rid of the maneuver node because I don't actually once I just need the new maneuver node to tell us where we need to do our burn at. Once we know where, I don't really need it anymore. Now let's not hold prograde. You get crazy when you try to hold any specific direction. Stabilize is the best course of action here.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually slightly worried about my total amount of delta V left. I do have plenty of monopropellant left, but
You brought monopropellant?
yeah, for probes, yeah,
Why?
because it's a satellite.
But it's not really necessary.
You know, it's an easy way to fine tune and adjust a satellite.
I guess.
Call me old fashioned and using what they use in real life. Which, according to some people, is my downfall in this game.
Sometimes.
Yes.
It certainly was in the last episode.
It was a beautiful lander.
I'm sure it was.
And it worked very well.
I'm sure it did. And by that I mean I'm not so actually sure.
All right, I'm happy with that orbit.
Okay, let's go with this. And let's warp out this way and see. Why can't we warp so far? What?
No.
That's because what is going on here? Oh, it's trying to click on the purple line and not the blue line. I see. Can we click on the blue line? Warp to the blue line. Screw it. Warp to the sphere of influence change.
That's what I'm doing. Warping to my sphere of influence change. Watching Kerbin move and rotate in the distance. As we approach the Mun. Getting closer and closer to our unmanned probe.
I'm feeling like I should have brought this in a little bit closer, but because my encounter doesn't really seem to be all that large of an encounter. Nope, there we go. Now we have the counter. The encounter. Okay, so we are kind of coming over a pole. Let's add a maneuver here and see if we can actually bring this down over one of the poles. We bring it this way, maybe. Actually, that looks like that'll do it. That would be anti-normal. Let's find anti-normal here. Get rid of that and let's throttle up a little bit and try and bring this around. That ought to do it. And then let's warp to about here. And then we're going to want retrograde, I guess. How's your trip going?
Going well. I'm about ready to enter.
About ready to what, huh? Hello? Oh, I think we lost Bobby, so I'm going to keep going, and this will be the Dan show. Anyways, all right, so we're coming. Yeah, I think Bobby just dropped. Anyways, hopefully he didn't stop recording. Anyways, we're coming in over the pole here. We want to get to our periapsis. We want to get to our periapsis here, and then we will burn retrograde and close our orbit. That's close enough. Let's do it.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey!
Yes. You're,
I think you got disconnected from the server.
I did get disconnected from the server, yes. So, should I reload?
You're definitely gonna have to disconnect.
Okay.
I don't know how that's gonna work out. I don't know where the game's gonna think your ship is.
Well, we'll find out. Disconnecting. I was like, Dad? I'm looking at my internet connection. I'm like, I didn't lose internet connection.
I didn't either.
That
You
was
disconnected
weird.
from Mumble. You must have lost internet connection. My Mumble server's not hosted at my house.
That's true. I lost everything. I wonder what the hell that was.
Probably just some weird glitch. All right, we are in an orbit. You didn't stop recording, did you?
No.
Okay, good. We're in an orbit around Minmus now. I'm not entirely sure what the ideal altitudes for some of this stuff is. I have to look at this from the center because I can't actually tell on some of this stuff from out here.
Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta get this thing in a polar orbit. Shit.
You're in an encounter, right?
Yeah.
You haven't gone into like your apoapsis or your periapsis yet, have you?
Actually, right now it says that I blew my encounter somehow.
What do you mean?
Like I am no longer like the MUN advanced way beyond because I synced. Oh, what happened was when I reconnected to the server, I synced whatever time you were. And so the MUN is now in a different position. So I'm all the way the hell out here. See, I was doing well, and the game said, "Nuh-uh,
Well, yes, this time you can definitely blame it on the game. But I think because, your internet died and ruined it, why don't you hit the cheat button?
What was that? Is Alt F12?
I think so. Yeah, why don't you just, hit the cheat button and infinite fuel yourself into an encounter there again. Okay, we've got a pretty good polar orbit here. Let's take and turn on the radar scanner here. and see how this is gonna work. I actually have no idea
How do I
how
close
this
this
is gonna
now?
work. I don't actually even know the ranges of these things. So let's rename this guy. Rename vessel. This is going to be our our Minmus. Minmus survey satellite. There we go. Let's just leave that going, and then let's head back to the Space Center and check out the range on those parts. You can't hear that, can you?
I can, yes.
That's obnoxious. Shut the hell up, neighbors. Goddamn
That
rowdy
is
neighborhood.
that is. What the hell are they doing over there?
There's somebody outside with loud freaking car stereo.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, this is not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go into the VAB and check out the parts here.
Yeah, my I gotta adjust my ascending and descending node. So here we're just gonna warp there.
Okay, so we want to look at parts here. What do we want to look at? We want to look at science parts. So let's see. What is the range on this guy? Minimum altitude. Okay, so we're way above the maximum altitude for the survey scanner, which is fine. I've got tons of delta V left, so after we run the other two scanners, we can bring it in closer and run this scanner. Our radar thing is 500 kilometers, so we're inside of that range. And the multispectral sensor is also 500 kilometers, so we are inside of that range as well. So everything should be working there. How's your cheating maneuver going?
Going great. Just basically, well, actually, now that I'm on that, well, shit, let's. Actually, what? No, actually, no, I can do the. I can hula hoop it. That's right. So the mun will be like here. So if I add a maneuver and I go radial, yeah, there we go. Or no, not add maneuver.
It might just be easier to put yourself back into a normal Kerbin orbit and then rerun the maneuver.
Probably, but we've got. Hold on, where is?
Let's go for a full orbit of this thing and see what happens.
There we go.
All right. That's pretty good. I wonder how long it's going to take to get to full scan of Mimus with the radar scanner thing here.
2 seconds.
No, well, I mean, if I, hit the fast forward button and let it orbit a couple times. I mean, one pass, the very first pass got like 32, 33% roughly. I kind of want to turn on the other scanner as well.
Ah! I just accidentally deleted my maneuver node.
Let's warp around again. See what happens.
Damn it, I had it like placed very, very well. Oops, I went to.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's working. I'm just going to leave it here and head back to the Space Center. And I guess I'll put one in orbit around Kerbin while you're trying to get that around the Mon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to go ahead and click the warp to next morning button because I don't really like launching at night. Let's grab our satellite here.
I had it fucking lined up.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I had my I had an encounter lined up, like, very well, and that is target at closest approach. So that means where is, and that is me at closest approach. Well, that's not right. That's not.
All right, so I'm gonna launch again. All right, so let's SAS on, throttle up a little bit, and let's take off. We're gonna head for a polar orbit. We already have the mapping data for the radar one, so we just need to do the multispectral one here and then lower it down and do the survey scanner.
There we go. That's not what I had before, but it'll do. Actually, I think less delta V. All right.
All right, lifting off, and we're gonna wait till we start getting a little bit higher here before we start turning over, assuming the wobble doesn't force us to turn over, which it might. So did you get an encounter?
Yep.
Excellent.
So, all right, we're still 10 minutes.
How are you feeling about 1.0 so far?
Well, it's different. I am not necessarily opposed to change. I don't know what I like about the aerodynamics different than that of FAR. I haven't played with that, but I haven't played with the dynamic or with the aerodynamics or tried to re-enter yet. But yeah, no, I like it. I like the resources. I've been a fan of the resources. I gotta drop the gimbal a bit on that.
I think the aerodynamics model is fairly equivalent to FAR.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit more forgiving than FAR is. I think I may have said that last episode. The reentry stuff seems comparable to deadly reentry. Though I've heard some people have been having some like weird issues with it, that, you know, sometimes their ship will just explode and they don't know why.
I think I've somehow managed to get a polar orbit around the Mun. Let's see here. So, okay, so I'm going to go around. I'm going to encounter the Mun right here. No, okay, so no, I'm going to encounter the Mun right there. That's not going to be polar, but I'm fine with that. And so we're going to warp to the Mun there. Ah!
What?
I just randomly blew up.
What?
Like, I don't know what just happened. I'm apparently going 5,116.3 meters per second. Reddit rocket crashed into Kerbin.
That's weird.
Unless like I wasn't paying attention, but it shows I was at 113. I can't revert, and I never F5'd.
Yeah, you're not. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be able to revert. You had to disconnect and reconnect.
Yeah. I've done nothing to you, game. I have told you I even like.
Well, hey, this isn't. It's not your fault. This is the game screwing you, not you just screwing up.
Yeah. There is a satellite part. Hold on. There's some satellite parts like.
If you disconnect right now and reconnect.
Okay, this is weird. Okay, so bug hunters, pay attention to what just happened. So there was there was a satellite in the KSP. I told it to click on it and fly. I am now in control of an asteroid.
That's weird.
Like, seriously, like when you're editing this is going to be crazy. And I'm zooming out. I am in like the big asteroid cluster. Probably probably an eighth of the way between us and
I'm sure it just like you clicked through the planet or something and it did something weird and set focus somewhere else. But
no, it tells me the orbit. No, it's telling me the speed of this asteroid.
Interesting.
And
but anyways, I think if you disconnect and reconnect, if it syncs you to my time, you can re-grab control of your ship.
Okay. I kind of this asteroid is going to have a Mun encounter in 71 days. It's going to have a Kerbin encounter in 64 days and a Mun encounter in 71 days. I kind of want to. Can I control the throttle on it? It doesn't have anything. This is kind of cool. I'm okay. I will go ahead and disconnect.
I mean, there's bound to be problems. I mean, all these mods are just like fresh, and some of them are like Interstellar is basically just like hacked together to work because that mod hasn't been officially updated by the mod creator in a long time. Okay, let's get some prograde here and throttle up.
All right, so we're going to disconnect again.
I take it didn't work?
Well, I disconnected the first time.
Oh,
I had to move my DMP button around.
Okay, we need to get up to a like 400,000, 350,000 meter orbit here. Let's go with that. And then we're going to have to get around to the other side here and bring our apoapsis up. Let's click here and warp to here.
Now, my satellite isn't there anymore, but that unknown object is still... It shows up as a...
There's a satellite here for me, although... Yeah, it just crashed into the planet.
Yeah, there's a satellite orbiting Kerbin. There's a satellite orbiting Minmus. And then there's the unknown object orbiting...
Maybe it was debris that I was seeing. It could have been debris and not your satellite.
Who knows?
Yeah. Well, you can try again, I guess.
Yeah.
We're actually at the end of this episode. So if you like the video, click like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time for some more Kerbal Space Program. Thanks for watching. Bye.